Hey guys, it's Pat from Pat's Brewery and we're brewing the Murgy Straight today. That's right, it's the Murgy Straight, which is the flagship beer from Andy from Four Priests Brewery. Link in the description to his channel. Yep, we are brewing his flagship beer, which is I think it's classed as a golden or a blonde ale. Really looking forward to brewing this one. We're doing a double batch of this beer so that I'll be able to serve it both in keg and from a bag in a box. Andy primarily serves this from casks, so I think it's only right to do this as a bag in a box. But because I will be sending him a bottle of what we produce, providing it tastes okay, easiest way to do that is from bottling from keg. So double batch, keeps me in good stead with regards to amount of beer in the keezer, and kind of again getting a bit more practice of doing the large batches. So I'm not going to be doing a direct share of the recipe of this. What I will be doing is dropping a link to his channel in the video where he has shared the recipe. Where are we up to? Well, we've already done all the mashing in bits and pieces. We're actually sparging now. I'll show you different clips and bits and pieces anyway. It's coming along pretty well. Our initial gravity reading from just after the mash was at 1065, which is the gravity that Andy has said in his videos that he tries to get at that stage. So providing everything carries on, we should be in good stead. Just enjoying a cup of tea while we sparge. Something that I will say about this recipe is that the two hops that it uses are citrus and talus. Citra I've used before, talus I hadn't, so always interesting to try a new hop. Initial whiff from the bag, smells nice, and I'm really looking forward to it. Talus. Oh, that's nice. That's nice. I've not used talus before. Don't think anything's going to beat that first whiff. Oh. Anyway, let's go. Oh my god, we are still sparging. So, because in the past I maybe rushed the sparge a little bit, especially in the last brew, the Amarillo Double Dry Hop Pale Ale. Because I rushed the sparge, I don't think I got the amount of efficiency that I wanted to. That's why I ended up adding in the dry malt extract at the end. So because well, first of all, I don't have any more dry malt extract in stock, so I want to make sure that the sparge goes nice and smooth, and we extract all of the sugars from the grains. We're currently up to 25 litres. We're going to be going for a pre-boil volume of about, I think it's 44 litres. Then that way we get a boil volume of about 46, which is reaching the top of our capacity with this kettle. I've got the element bringing the temperature up to about 88 degrees at the moment, just so that once we've got the volume in there, it'll just be that next 10 degrees that we need to, well, 12 degrees that we need to get to for the start of that boil. I might raise it in a little bit so that it's even less once we get to that volume. In the meantime, it's looking okay. The readings at the moment, last time I took one, was of 1065. So let's just take another reading just to check. That's where we're still at. Okay, so we have dropped now to about 1050, which is fine because the pre-boil gravity needs to be around about 1037, I think. Let's just double check. Pre-boil gravity 1037, so that's about in line with where it should be. What I might do is I'm going to leave it as is, don't mess with it. Let's just keep on progressing through, and yeah, fingers crossed it all works out. Looking forward to this one. It is looking really nice. The colour in the sight glass looks like a nice colour, nice and light but not too pale. It's all good. Okay, so we've got our liquor in the kettle. We have got 46.5 litres roughly, which I think I might have made a mistake earlier when saying it down the wrong way. Expecting about a 3 litre boil off, so we'll have 43 volume at the end going into the fermenter, 46 before. Oh well. Anyway, so got the volume in. Gravity's right. We've got a gravity of 1037, which is in line with the recipe, so that's good. We're currently at 97.5 degrees, so it shouldn't be long before we reach that boil. Got our hops all lined up. Now we don't have a 60-minute addition in this one. The recipe is a last 20 minutes, last 10 minutes, and then the flame out, or whirlpool, whatever you would like to call it. While we're at it, I am going to be adding a photo block tablet, so let's add that into the 10-minute edition jar, just so that I don't forget it. Have a slurp of drink. The sparge did take longer than I really wanted to. I probably spent between an hour and a half and 2 hours on the sparge, but I'm really happy with the outcome of the actual gravity. So, with that respect, a bit of extra time makes all the difference. Just get this drained now and start. As from the last video, you'll know that I've already tried some of the Murgy Straight and enjoyed it very much. So I even tried to film this one last night, but looking back on what I was saying, I was talking a load of rubbish. So no harm in drinking another beer, especially when you're enjoying it. There we go. Beer right there. Now, as I say, this is in the keg, and at 3 weeks under about 10 psi, so it's probably more carbonated than it maybe needs to be, especially considering it's the Murgy Straight is served from cask, so obviously it doesn't normally have the sort of bubbles that you get from a kegged beer. Clarity and colour. So it's not what I would class as a clear beer, but then again, I got some verification from Andy. He commented on the last video saying that this is what the Murgy Straight looks like when he doesn't add the finings, or before he adds the finings to the cask. So, you know, that's perfectly fine. Colour, lovely golden hay kind of colour. Light is getting through there, so it's not hazy, it's just not clear. So if you know what I mean. Let's just get the stats on it. So we had an OG of 1.042 and a final gravity of 1.008, giving us a percentage of, those that are quick maths, 4.5%, which I think the Murgy's meant to be about 4.3. So I think it's finished a little bit lower than it was meant to. I think the 1042 is the correct starting gravity. But yeah, so it's finished off a little bit lower than intended, but I think it's within range. So on the aroma, you've got lovely citrus flavours coming from obviously the citrus hops. So you know, grapefruit, lime, yeah, mainly grapefruit, I think. Then I'm also getting mango and peachy flavours. So I know Talus is marked up as saying you've got stone fruit, comes with Talus, and I'm definitely getting some of that. Well, that's what I'm getting. You know, what you pick up is all subjective and all that, but peach is definitely the one that is reminding me of peach and mango. Yeah, I mean, saying that, I will say is that when it was just in the keg, it was, I'd say, extremely fruity, to a point where you'd almost go, oh, is that a beer? Or is it just fruit juice? But as I say, it's been in there for about 3 weeks now, and it's kind of rounded itself off into being a really nice, yeah, fruity beer, but you know, or fruitful beer maybe, but not a. It's not just, you know, it's not just juice, if you know what I mean. I'm liking that. I am liking that. I know I was saying earlier that maybe it's got a bit too much carbonation to it, but it doesn't taste overly carb. I mean, I can see lots of little bubbles coming up through there, but you know, it's at the right level for me to say that that's a you know, a good ale. Nice. That is nice. Oh. I mean, head didn't stick around for too long, but you can see on the glass the head's got legs and he's sticking around with regards to its hold on the glass, which is always nice to see. I haven't had an opportunity to pop it onto the hand pull yet, but I'm looking forward to trying that out. When I know I've got a couple of people coming over, that's when we'll get it on, so everyone gets to try it nice and fresh. Although if nothing happens or gets put in the diary soon, I'll just have to drink it myself, won't I? just while I'm finishing this. So whenever doing a homebrew clone of something, I always like to give it a slight change of name, because obviously, you know, it's not the Murgy Straight, because Four Priests Brewery does the Murgy Straight. This isn't Four Priests, this is Pat's Brewery. And I've been thinking, well, what's my name for this beer? Because we had the vacant-ish gesture, the confirming Harry's concept. Okay, the coconut IPA, I didn't think of a fancier name for that. It's just the coconut IPA. But the Murgy Straight. So what could be my name for this? What is the Murgy Straight? Is that like a canal in the area? I don't know. I'm pretty sure I've watched all of Andy's videos, and I don't think he's specified where the name comes from. It sounds like a river or something. I'll go with that for now. So the closest river to me is the River Roach. So the Murgy Roach doesn't exactly sound like it'd sell well if you put that on a bar, but you know, for me, a pint of Murgy Roach. Well, when it tastes this good, why not? Why not? Right, so let's just wrap this up and say thank you again to Andy for sharing the recipe. I've hopefully already linked a link to the video where he shared the recipe before. Alternatively, I think the recipe has been shared on the Facebook BrewTube group, so you can always search for it there. I've been Pat from Pat's Brewery, drinking the Murgy Roach, my take on the Murgy Straight from Four Priests Brewery. Cheers.